this your first Comic-Con?
This is my number 2 Comic-Con.
Number 2
I'm a sophomore.
Okay, you're a sophomore. So what can you teach? I'm a freshman.
All right.
What can you teach me about Comic-Con that I need to know?
I can teach you that you will never get used. Well, I don't think you could ever get used to this. You know, it's just such a unique place, such a wonderful energy. And I was sitting next to Riley on the van when we first got from the airport, and she was like, you know, a kid in a candy store. And then I was like, oh, I'm like a kid in a candy store too. It's just such an amazing thing to see all these people come together just for a love of all things science fiction and comic book and that sort of thing. It's great. I love it.
Yeah, it's an exciting time.
Sure.
Moving into our favorite show, The Originals. I heard we're going to get a little bit of Vincent's backstory this season.
Yeah, you are, and I'm excited about that.
What can you tell us?
What I can tell you is we're going to explore some of the things that we touched on in season 2. We're going to see
his wife, the crazy wife.
We might see how she became crazy. We might see whether or not Vincent had a hand in her becoming crazy. We might see how this dark magic might still have ramifications that are definitely in play for season 4. Okay. I don't know that, though. We might see.
This is all speculation right now.
Speculation.
All speculation. And one of the things Vincent is always very careful about is he never wanted the Regency power. He didn't want to come back to magic because of the effects it took on his life. Right. So now that he's kind of given back into the magic side of things, how are we going to see his character develop from here?
Oh, well, that's the cool thing about playing someone like Vincent. I think this time jump makes it interesting, too. I mean, he's not a 1,000-year-old vampire who is sort of stuck in his ways. He's someone who is constantly evolving, and yeah, just the fact that he's at this point reconciled to the fact that he is someone who cares more about the city than he does about his own life. So, consequences be damned. I don't know what episode he says this in, but that's pretty much his mantra. Whatever I have to do to protect the city. And that's something that makes for an interesting alliance with Marcel, because though he's coming from it at a different angle completely, he understands too that New Orleans is his home, and though we don't like each other, we respect each other, and we've got to work together to make sure that the city's protected.
Okay, and I'm like that you brought up Marcel, because you guys kind of started off on, I mean, you guys didn't really interact that much with each other, but
and
then
when we did, there was never really, we didn't jive with each other, right?
And now here you guys are trying to work towards the common goal, but you have different methods.
Absolutely.
And over the 5-year time jump, are we going to see sort of them going at it in the New Orleans quarter, trying to, you know, with their different methods of how to run things?
Right. Well, I feel like what's happened within the 5 years, all of the supernatural communities have come together and they have a peace. Marcel had a huge hand to play in that, as did Vincent. So what's going on is that going to be maintained? Do these different motive? Are these? I'm sorry, I got a little bit distracted by the shut up.
That was a lot of shouting.
I got the question. I will say this. Certainly, their alliance is going to be strained and going to be tested. Pretty early on, we're going to see the potential for the peace that's developed within those 5 years, the potential of that being upset by some outside force, maybe even some inside forces.
Ooh, I love how mysterious you're being with these answers.
I don't want to get fired. That's all that's going on. I just can't give away too much.
They've trained you well. They have trained you. So I know that the cast of Originals and Vampire Diaries are very close. You guys shoot in close proximity to each other. And
2 exits apart we are, yeah.
Yes. And so with the announcement that the Vampire Diaries is ending now, who would you like to see from that cast come over to you guys?
Oh, wow.
And play on the Originals?
Well, that's an interesting question. I like a lot of their work, you know. I would love to work with any number of those people. I mean, listen, I can't say what they are interested in doing. I have no idea if they even would want to do something like that anymore. But I'm an actor. I love acting with anybody. Anybody who wants to act can act with me. You can always sit at a table with me.
All right. Well, thank you so much. It was so great seeing you.